you lovely lot, we're back. We're back on the permission. I'm so excited to be here this morning. It's really, really early. It's before 7. It's getting lighter later here in the UK. So this is just about first light, probably about half an hour or so ago. And we're back on the permission. So we've been, you know, I'd say at least 5 or 6 weeks since I was last here, and that's because of all the lovely weekenders I've been lucky enough to go on. And I hope you as the viewer have enjoyed watching my exploits over the spring and the summer, but the rally season is over and we're now staring down the barrel of autumn and then of course winter. So as a result, I thought I'd grab a few hours and come out onto the permission and get some done. But, and it's a big but unfortunately, I was really hoping this field was going to be ploughed or at the very least drilled. It's not been touched since I was last here. It's still baled and it's still stubble. And the last time I was here, it was very, very quiet. It's been gone over a lot, this particular field. So I'm going to have a little bit of a mooch. I've got about 3, maybe 4 hours if I'm lucky. There may be some other fields that have been turned over, but I'm going to start here, see how we get on. We've got the Manticore settings as always in the video, and let's give it a whirl. So without further ado, welcome back, welcome to Notch to 11, and we'll see you on the field. There we are then. After about 3 or 4 minutes, so not too long, we've had to wait. It's a jumpy one, it's a bit scratchy, and it's not very good when you get it on the angle. So, but we'll take it. It's in the 40s, early 50s, and it's blobby on the line-ish. Let's see what we got for our first target. About there. Now, as you can see from the screen, we've got a bit of beautiful early morning. God, it's hard. It's been very hot here, by the way, last few weeks. Yeah, a bit of early morning sunshine breaking through, but that's not going to last. If the weather forecast is correct, we're going to get wet a bit later on. So that's why I'm kind of here and then I'm not here. I want to try and beat the rain if I can, because it's going to be thunderstorms as well. So we don't want to be holding a lightning stick, do we? Oh, that is very iffy now. Okay. And it is, well, they say a field is never done, don't they? That's a huge stair rod. So this would have fastened onto an old Victorian staircase, and a little rod would have gone in there and held the carpet in place. Moving on. Next one, 24, 25, 26. And that blob is smack bang on the middle. There's a little bit of bleeding if you get a bit casual with it. But yeah, that's on the target line, so we've got to have that one. Targets are few and far between so far. There. 25, it doesn't, you know, it's not the most exciting numbers in the world, but oh my gosh. That is concrete. Wow. Just goes to show what decent weather we've had since I was last here, because when I was last here it was still quite diggable, and the heat has obviously just baked it dry. Oh well, we'll get what we get, I think. Yeah, you can see that is bone dry, that soil. Well, we're out. What we got? And you are? Why? Not sure. Don't know. Possibly a button. It's quite interesting, but oh yeah, there's a little nub in there. I think that's a button. Oh well. We tried. Right, well, we've moved into another field, a little bit of a pasture field, because I've been here about an hour and 20 minutes and found 4 targets, basically, that's it. It's been heavily done, that field, and it's rock solid now as well. So come onto a pasture, which is a little bit more diggable, but you're going to get a bit of road noise, so apologies in advance for that. And this is our first find on here. And we never mind a little 4-holer, especially one that's got a little bit of a pattern to it. So yeah, we'll take that and then yeah, see what we can find. Well, next one was high 40s, but very iffy. And there was a bit of a kind of bleeding into the ferrous area of the Manticore screen. But I dug it anyway because targets are few and far between on this permission nowadays. Yeah, and I think it was worth a little dig. I've just uncovered it, finally. It's quite a way down as well. It's probably a good 6-7 inches down. And appears to be a little pistol shot or something like that. It's lead, it's heavy. Yeah, that's very cool. I'll give it a quick clean in case it's something, you know, it's not what I think it is, but I think it probably is. Tiny little pistol shot. And we'll take that. See you in a bit. Right, next one. You can see that's in the early 30s. It's a bit of a mess, the blob. It's bleaching into the ferrous area again, but you know, kind of beggars can't be choosers day today. Just dig whatever we got. Anyway, I slightly missed it and I think it's out now, so I thought I might as well turn the camera on. The only reason I've turned the camera on is because I remember Carl, my good friend Carl, finding a nice hammered around a 33, 34 mark on the Manticore. Not on his Manticore because he hasn't got one, but on mine. Oh no, we got it. What's that? Yeah. It's lead, I think. Oh yeah. What's that? Don't know. Bit of lead. Okay. Well, it's coin-shaped dish. So it might be a little token or something, but it looks pretty blank. Oh well, cool, excellent. Well, we're finding stuff, that's the main thing. And it's, yeah, and it's still pretty blue sky up there, a bit of cloud. So the rain is staying away for now anyway. Cool, I'll give this a squirt. If there's anything there, I'll come back to you. Failing that, we'll move on. Right, next one is a 41-42. Again, not the best signal in the world, but I thought, why not? I had the tripod out because I just did that little lead tokeny type thing, which didn't come up with anything when I sprayed it. So I thought, well, as the tripod's still in my hand, I might as well do a live reveal. Oh. Yeah, super dry, but at least it's a bit more diggable on here. Yeah, it's still 40-41. And a nice little blob on the target line now, so a lot more stable than it was. There we go. Let the glove off. Yeah. Number 2. Second pistol shot of the day. Lead. And, yeah, as I always say, proper history. Moving on. Next one, another iffy one again. In the top 30s, but let's give it a dig. You never know your luck. Out there. Well, uneventful so far, I think is what we would call it. Musket balls, buttons, bits of lead. Well, uneventful but pretty standard, I would suggest, for most detectorists. But we live in hope. We've still got a couple of hours-ish, if I can get away with it. Yeah, still 40-ish. Not a terrible tone, actually. Oh, God. Yep, a bit hard there. It's a button. That's deep, as it turned out. Good 6-7 inches down in the end. Massive grey button of some description. Okay, there might be something on there. There often are on these bigger ones, so I'll give it a squirt. If there's any there, I'll let you know. Thought we were on the coins then. Never mind. Right, well that's the first, what I would call high tone that we found, which is up in the high 70s, early 80s, but a bit bouncy, and it might be a bit too good. Let's give it a whirl. Well, it could be too good, this one. And by the way, it's got warm very quick, very breezy, but very hot. So what we're doing, yeah, I've got about another, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. And this is the first, what I would call decent target I've had. So can we be on a coin, or is it going to be cack? We shall see. Right. Yeah, still 80s. There we go. We've got an edge. Can we be lucky? It's another farthing sized coin. If it is a coin. Yeah, it's a coin. Finally. After what feels like forever, but probably no more than a couple of hours or so, we've got a coin. Excellent. Right, let's give it a clean. Back to you in a sec. Yeah, I think it's a farthing. I think that's Britannia there. And again, the eyes aren't the best, as you well know. And there's somebody on there. Maybe George V facing left, not sure. I think I will find out who it is on the when I get home and get on the pink stuff. But for the time being, we've got a bit Britannia, we've got a farthing, we've got a coin. And we never leave without a coin. Do we, Craig? See you in a bit. Right, next one. I didn't bother to live do because I'm starting to run out of time. In the 40s, early 40s. Anyway, I've just literally just flipped the clod and seen a disc-shaped thing. I think it might be lead though, so I thought I would turn the camera on and take you in, so to speak. Can you see it? But no, oh no, you're definitely lead because you're heavy. Yeah, similar to the other one, wasn't it? Similar to the other one. Or not. Oh no, that's oh, that's lovely. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Right, that's another lead token. Oh, I don't mind finding these. These are proper good history, these. Farming history, farming tokens. Yeah, looks like we've got the cross and the 4 pips. Let's just give it a squirt while you're on camera. Oh, I'm well happy with that. That's great. Gone straight from a coin to a lovely bit of medieval history. Yeah, look at that. That is gorgeous. Yeah, little cross with the 4 pips in each quadrant. Flat on the other side. Medieval farming token. And we love that. Oh yes we do. Right. Let's get going. We've got hopefully enough time to find another 2 or 3. So stick with us and we'll see you in a bit. Right, quite literally straight after that lead token. So the lead token was here. We've done one more swing. And we found ourselves a 3132, which again, not the best of numbers, but the actual, which you won't have seen, the blob is smack bang in the middle of the target line. So suggests it might be worth a dig. So it's we're having a late flourish after a very quiet hour and a half ish on that baled field, which has been done to death in all fairness, to, yeah, a bit of activity on here, which we don't mind. Yeah, 32, still a blob on the line. Let's see what we got. Slightly missed it. Yeah, did miss it. Quite well missed it actually. Don't cack it, Marcus. There it is. That's another bit of lead. And that very much was probably round once upon a time. It may be a bigger token, but yeah, or maybe just a shard of lead. Not sure. Oh well, let's move on. Well, the next one is mysterious party fact time. Any ideas? It was a 30-31 on the Manticore. It was a good tone, so I dug it. It wasn't deep, 2-3 inches, and it looked like a random bit of nothingness. But then obviously it's got that bit of shape to it, so I thought I'd just give it a quick squirt. And actually, yeah, it was probably something. I don't know whether that snapped off the end. It's almost like it was part of an elaborate spoon, but I don't know. Don't think so. Not sure. No visible markings that I can see, so give us your thoughts. Or not. Entirely up to you. See you in a bit. Well, I just come under this old oak tree just to give it a little swing, as I often do. And I got a 40-41. And we got another lead one. Probably another lead token, I would say. A bit bigger than the other one. And definitely a bit flatter and a bit blanker. That's the right word. More blank. But yeah, probably another one of those from way back when. Yeah, which we'll take. That will straighten up. And it's pretty round. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say anyway. Cool. Right, about half an hour now. Let's get cracking. That's it, folks. We're done. It is 3 hours and about 45 minutes since I walked onto the field. So we've not done bad. It's been, it's been okay. It's not been terrible for the amount of time I've been on here, and the fact that I wasted probably an hour and 20 on the stubble. There's nothing there until it's been turned over, if it's ever turned over again. I think that's pretty much done, that field. So we came onto the pasture and we did okay. We had plenty of signals, that's the main thing. We found musket balls, we found buttons, we found lead, and we found some cool stuff too. We found a farthing, I think, probably not that old, but we definitely found a very, very cool, well, probably 2 or 3 medieval farming tokens, one of which was an absolute Bobby Dazzler. So I'm very, very happy with that. Not bad work, back on the farm, back on the permission, can't complain at all. And more importantly, that's getting very grey, and I think I've just about dodged the rain too. So with that, stick around to the roundup. This weekend, I will be on the fields of Essex with the Colchester Detecting Club. So with Marius, Daniel, Ems and all the gang. And I think we've got some ploughed and roll to go at. So I cannot wait for that one. That'll be next week's video. Let's hope we find some good stuff. Let's hope the Manticore and or the DS2 gets back on the silver. And we'll see you soon. There we are then, folks. A quick roundup for you and yet another fat slice of real metal detecting for your very eyes. But that said, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. 3 hours 45 or whatever I was there. It was good fun. Nice weather as it turned out, and actually just really nice to get out and back on the farm. And, we found targets, and that's the main thing. It's very, very quiet down that particular part of the farm nowadays. So I think next time I go back, we'll have to try some other spots because unless the ground's turned over, that's probably going to be it, or thereabouts anyway. As for our finds, yeah, normal slice of cack from Cat Corner. Still not sure what that piece is. If you've seen it on the video and you've got any ideas, let me know. 2 or 3 bits of lead, 6 buttons. Again, pretty standard stuff, but we don't mind that. We had 2 little pistol shots. We also had this lovely, and I've put a little bit of Artisil. I've not cleaned it particularly. I just put some Artisil on it just to bring a bit of kind kind of definition out to the coin. It's a little Victoria farthing, and I think roughly from the date, I think I can see an 1850 something, and Britannia is not too bad on the back. But as I say, that's not by doing anything other than just giving it a quick wipe with some warm soapy water and a bit of Artiseal. So it's brought the detail out, which is what it's all about. And don't forget, you get a 10% discount with Artiseal, which is always in my descriptions of my videos. Go over to see Lee's little shop and buy some of that. It really does do the job. And then we had some other lead pieces, you know, lead tokeny fragments and bits on the right hand side there, and a beauty. Yeah, we never mind finding those. That will go in the cabinet. And as I've always said, if you come home from the fields with something that goes in the cabinet, you've had a decent day. So a nice little medieval farming token, more medieval from that farm, from those fields. And as I say, we never mind that. Looking forward to seeing you next week, when I will have been to the Colchester detecting dig, and hopefully something a bit more exciting to show you. Thanks as always. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget the LP code, and we'll see you soon.